Okay, this is Mr. Red Fox, owner proprietor of BS Busters. Forgive me for showing my full desktop right now, my Steam layout. The reason I'm doing this is because I tried to capture footage for this game using my graphics card, the software through my graphics card, but for some reason, the way the game is rendered, I can't really do that. It just shows like part of the desktop at any given time. It's kind of weird, but that's neither here nor there. This is a mini review where I'm just going to give my first impressions about Coromon. This is not one of my main reviews where everything is broken but down into the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then I give my overall thoughts. This is just a mini review. I've put about an hour and a half into this game. It came out March 31st, so that was last week on Thursday. I downloaded it. I bought it. I pre-ordered mine because you can get it now still for like $15.99 off of Steam, which is a steal. But if you don't get it in the first week that it's on sale, it goes up to $20. But that's still a fairly decent deal. And I think $20 for, yeah, it goes up to $20 for the deluxe version. It goes up to, it's $25.99 right now, and I think after the sale goes off, it goes up to $30. So the deluxe edition of this game will cost you half the price of a current Pokemon game. The standard edition will cost you 33% of a current Pokemon game. So with that being said, let me give you my first impressions after the cut. So, like the title placard says, Coromon is essentially, it's like Pokemon, but better. That's essentially what Coromon is. It's like Pokemon, but better. The best way I could describe Coromon is like this. Imagine someone played Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire back in the 2000s, like early 2000s, and said, we can do better. We can do better. And that's basically what Coromon is. It's someone who really enjoyed that generation of Pokemon and said, we can do better. Like, you know how current Pokemon is a very stagnant property where there hasn't really been much innovation over the last 20 years? Well, Coromon basically says, hey, what if someone at the Pokemon Company and I want to say Genius Sonority, but that's not the name of the company that makes the Pokemon games. At the Pokemon Company and basically played a Pokemon game and said, what if we innovated this formula? Coromon does some really cool things that I think are really awesome. For example, one of the cool things about Coromon is that in Coromon, you don't have PP or power points for your attacks like you did in previous in Pokemon games. Instead, you have a pool called SP, or stamina points. And certain attacks use a certain amount of stamina. You regenerate a certain amount of stamina per turn. So basically, having a good mix of attacks, attacks that use SP, attacks that use low SP, so you can regenerate some SP between attacks, is important. There's more strategy involved and not just grinding through with types and stuff like that. And certain attacks, which makes Coromon, in my opinion, a pretty damn good game. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm enjoying it for what it is. The story is kind of nice because it doesn't open up with some random prepubescent kid going on a journey to capture monsters and make them fight. Instead, you're a grown-ass person who's getting a job. Basically, Coromon is what I am affectionately calling right now. It's like Pokemon for people who are adults and don't want to be treated like they're they're 7 or 8 years old, and I appreciate that. I'll get to the next segment after the cut. One of the cool things that I do like about Coromon is that you don't have HMs like you do in Pokemon. Instead, in Coromon, you gain, or at least that I've been able to discern thus far. Instead, you have this gauntlet item that your main character gets. That as the game goes along, you get new abilities through your gauntlet, like things that'll enable you to cut down trees, push boulders, control the weather, hit switches, that type of thing. So there's like some Legend of Zelda shit going on in this game too, on top of it being just a pretty damn good Pokemon clone, but it does its own thing. There also tends to be a little bit of more of an edge to this game, which I appreciate. And the design of the monsters are gorgeous. Now, I haven't had any monster that's really evolved yet into a more advanced form, but what I've seen looks pretty damn good. So, with that being said, I will give my overall thoughts thus far after the cut. So, my overall thoughts about Coromon are this. Coromon is a... it's familiar and yet unfamiliar, filled with tropes that if you've played Pokemon from, if you played the first 3 gens of Pokemon, first 3 or 4 gens of Pokemon, this game is very familiar and yet very unfamiliar because certain story beats don't go the same way, which I love. Which I really do love. So, once again, my advice is to pick up Coromon right now. It's on Steam for, I think, $15.99 right now. For the standard edition. For the deluxe edition, I think it's I want to say $21.99 or $20.99. And that's the deluxe edition, and it gets you the soundtrack. I didn't get the deluxe edition just because I wasn't sure what that entailed, because I hadn't really heard the soundtrack. Now, I remember getting a demo for this game a long time ago and playing that, and I was like, this is really good. I can't wait till it comes out. And it came out, and it's really good. So, sometimes, waiting for something is totally worth. Some things are worth the wait. And think about it. This has all been done by, an indie developer, or developers, an indie developer who basically did all this because they wanted to make a Pokemon game that kind of swept away the bullshit-ass stagnation that's been going on with the franchise. And this was done by an indie developer, which kind of begs the question, what the fuck is holding back Pokemon Company? But, 'tis what it is. So with that being said, that's the, those are my overall thoughts. I will give out, give out the shoutouts and future content announcements after the cut. All right, so here we go with shoutouts. First, friend of the channel, podcast member, Kenoshi Abominito, has his podcast every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. I guess in West Coast time that would be 3:30 to 4:30 to 4:30 to 6. Yeah, 4:30 to 6 o'clock. because there's a 3-hour time difference. Central time, I guess that'd be 6:30 to 6:30 to 8. But anyway, that's the end of the podcast. Rate, comment, share, subscribe. Sorry, not podcast, video. We have a podcast every Wednesday and Saturday, 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, called BS Busters. I'm in the process of getting my rig set up for streaming on Twitch. And that's probably going to be like a Sunday thing for like an hour and a half on Sundays. On the weekend, or, it might be Sunday or like Thursday, something like that. So look forward to that. If you would like to get in touch with the podcast, or, you have general questions, you can leave them in the comments section. Rate, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell icon. You can reach me via Gmail, or Twitter. You can at me on Twitter at mrredfox91. You can reach me on Gmail at mrredfox86@gmail.com. That's always a good one. Or you can reach me at Discord, which is in the description section of the video. So with that being said, that's the end of the video. Rate, comment, share, subscribe. Peace, and good night.